Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from my birth to the grave. 47's the top, took a bullet for all. Didn't flinch, didn't run, still the answer to call. And we say, be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum Show. Be tight, be tight, be tight. Officer Tatum Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Officer Tatum show. We got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about. Your boy LeBron James is insane to me. We'll talk about him in a minute. But LeBron James done took a break. And I want y'all to guess why LeBron took a break. I want y'all to just think about it. Why did he take a break from the Lakers and he had to get off social media? If he didn't have nothing to do with Diddy parties and it wasn't nothing serious, he getting his feelings hurt all of a sudden. All right, we'll talk about LeBron in a minute. I want to start out with the. Do y'all want me to talk about LeBron first? Cause I see a lot of people commenting on LeBron. Let's just talk about LeBron then. Let's go to LeBron. I was gonna talk about the drones. I was gonna talk about the view melting down. Let's talk about LeBron real quick. So LeBron James said he's gonna take personal leave. Or he did take personal leave from the Lakers and took a break from social media. And then also, you know, Kobe Covington, whom we know and we love, he's a Trump supporter. He's the UFC fighter, and he came out and blasted him over his involvement with the Diddy stuff, saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. Now, can we be honest about this? If this happened to me, just say that, and I know Charlie Kirk would never do this, right? But just say that Charlie Kirk ended up being crazy. He ended up going off the deep end. And at one point in time in my career, I said, ain't no party like a Charlie Kirk party. Now, if Charlie go off the deep end, I'm not going to feel no way about something I said because I can defend it, right? I can say, I went to a party and that party wasn't like that. I don't think LeBron can defend this. I think LeBron was at the party when they cutting up, when they doing the dirty, baby all everywhere. LeBron was right there rubbing the baby all on the top. That's why his hair falling out. Too much baby oil. You don't supposed to put baby oil everywhere like that. But LeBron, go to his clip there. And on the clip, this is a statement that LeBron articulated. He says, and with that said, I'll holler at y'all getting off social media for the time being. Y'all take care. That tells me that you're either an immature person or something going on for you say, I'm going to get off social media. You don't need to tell people you're getting off social media. Just get off social media. You don't need to make a post to say, just so y'all know, I ain't going to be here anymore. That means that you don't have no value on social media anyway. The real thing is that if you just stop posting, people will be wondering why you stop posting. What was on that message there that he said amen to? And on this thing, it's Ace. I don't know if this is Agent or what. It says, with so much hate and negativity in the world today, it confuses me why some of the national sports media will think that the best way to cover sports is through negative talk. We can all acknowledge that sports is the last part of society that universally brings people together. So why can't we cover, or why can't the coverage do the same? It's only clickbait when you say it. And when the platforms are so big, you can make the change and allow us all an escape from real life negativity. I, for one, find it all a waste of breath. The Olympics and JJ and Bron's show was the future of what this can and should all be. And he put, amen. What a simp. I don't even know what he's talking about. He don't even know what he's talking about. So LeBron is caught up in this, I think, to a certain degree. I would wonder, when he said all that Diddy party stuff, did he really get involved with the baby all? And we shall see. Let's go to Kobe Covington clip so y'all can see exactly what I was referring to. Roll the clip.
I'm going to start this off. since I'm the man of the hour, the man of the show, I want to ask LeBron, what does he mean by there's no party like a Diddy party? I truly want to know. And not only that, LeBron, how many Diddy parties have you actually been to? I'm really curious to know. And is that the reason you left social media? Because all the backlash you were getting for going to so many Diddy parties? It's just pathetic, man. People think this guy's a role model. He wants to defund the police, the most patriot people of America, serving and protecting our country. LeBron, you're a fucking scumbag, and I hope you get locked up in the same cell with Diddy.
But I think he has a point here. I'm just saying. I think he has a point here because why wouldn't, if you're getting backlash, why won't you come out and make a statement about what people are? He could clearly come out and say, man, I went to one Diddy party and all that extra stuff they doing, I wasn't a part of that. I went to a party, we hung out, birthday party, ate birthday cake, drank some champagne. I went home. So for everybody up there saying that, fine, show me a video where show me an investigatory document where I'm a part of this. I'm not a part of this. So y'all need to let it go. It's a conspiracy theory. And if anybody ever try to attach me to it, I'm going to sue you. You keep running your mouth. I already made a statement. You keep running your mouth, I'm going to sue y'all. If he said that, then I'd be like, all right, look, but Bron didn't do nothing. But I'm telling you, Nick, I'm scared a little bit for him. Because we saw Jay-Z, the accusation against Jay-Z. We know people lie all the time, right? The women the worst when it comes to this stuff. They want some money. They'll say you touched them and flipped them over and bent them over without their permission. And they be lying like you know what. But there could be some truth to it. That's why we should always investigate claims like that. So if the person is lying, they go to jail and hell. And if they ain't lying, then, they will be vindicated. This is the controversial clip of LeBron James. He's on a Instagram live with P. Diddy. They own the live together. Roll the clip.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
LeBron James, what do you mean by that? That's all people want to know. What do you mean by ain't no party like a Diddy party? All you have to do is come out and say, this is what I'm saying. The silence is violence, okay? The silence is consensual lying to you. Consensual lying on your behalf, in my opinion. You're lying. Anyway, let me, what's the other one we got? That was it? The heckler at the game. Play that one. Once y'all hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. There's about 2,000 people watching. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Roll the clip.
Bron! We know you was at them Diddy parties. We know you was there. We know you was at them Diddy parties.
So the clip is shortened, but he goes on to continue to harass LeBron. I think some celebrity is sitting right here in the front. I forget, and they kind of shoo him off. Like, man, go on somewhere, man. You're making a big deal out of nothing. But the thing is that LeBron James has a big enough platform that he should be able to come out and make a statement, and that'll be it. But instead, he dodging them. He dodging just like the Oakland Raiders, not Oakland, but like the Las Vegas Raiders dodging and wins. That's how much he's dodging. They dodging for a draft pick. So they dodging it for a reason. All right. At least they got a reason. I want to talk about this drone situation. So New Jersey drone sightings. This drone thing has been very controversial in my mind, right? When you go and look at the totality of circumstances, witnesses that live in the area, in some of these areas, I don't know if you guys are familiar with them or not. Some of you guys live in New Jersey in an area, so you know what Morris is. What is it? Summers Rest, Sussex, Bergen. Y'all kind of know where that's at. I have no idea. I would have to Google it. But allegedly, they're seeing sightings of these drones, and some people are saying that these drones are at least 6 feet in diameter, and they're bigger than the average hobbyist drone, right? The stuff that we got that you just fly up in the air and it just goes zzz. People are claiming that these are massive drones. Now, they're saying that they often come together in clusters. It says sometimes numbering 30 to 50. which seems outrageous. Now, for those of you who may not be aware of some of the drone clusters that occur at football games and all that I don't know if what's happening is people are taking those drones out and testing them, and then you got people calling in because they need to funnel a conspiracy theory, because I can't imagine that someone with a foreign influence would bring 30 to 40, 50 drones all the way to our shoreline and be able to monitor our military facilities. That just doesn't seem like it's practical to bring that many, and that they would organize that many in one juncture. So it seems to me that it could be drone practicing in unison with these sporting events. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. I mean, they take hundreds of drones, probably like 300 or 400 drones, and they have them all together, and they go up in the sky, and then they do these designs, and they turn into waterfalls. And I ain't gonna lie, that's the most impressive thing I've ever seen. I didn't even know they can do that. So there's a part of me that wonders, is it that, and people are jumping to conclusions, but there's also the part of, why are they flying over our sensitive military locations? So it says, notably, the drones have been spotted near, I think it's Picatinny. I could be saying it wrong. Picatinny Arsenal, which is U.S. military research facility, and Donald Trump's golf course. Now, we know he got problems with Iran. The news media is claiming that Iran has the capability of having drones that can do what these drones are doing. But the question is, how are these drones not shot down? If we went out right now and flew one of the drones over the airport, they'll shoot that thing down. Now, shooting down a drone could be incredibly complicated, right? Because if the drone has explosives in it, and you go shoot the drone down and it has a chemical agent or something, you didn't shot down the thing and it didn't spread a chemical virus all over everything that it touched. And some of it could get blown in the wind, and then you got a pandemic on your hand. So I can see while it may not necessarily be the most convenient thing to shoot down an unidentified object in the sky. But also, I felt like, or at least I would love to believe, that our military and our country is capable of defending the airspace. Meaning that the object shouldn't even be able to enter into a airspace in the United States of America that could compromise our national security. But it appears that whether it's a regular citizen or a foreign government, they're still having access to fly a drone over sensitive locations. Go to the Fox News clip, and we're going to talk a little bit about it, because there's obviously, and I bet all these people are Republicans, there's obviously lawmakers that are saying, look, there's a problem here, and we need to get to the bottom of it. Roll the clip.
In focus now, Republican Congressman Jeff Van Drew of New Jersey, member of the House Judiciary Committee, on the Hill right now. How do you address this at this point?
Well, here's the real deal, Harris. You know, I'm also on the Transportation Committee, on the Aviation Subcommittee, and I've gotten to know people. And from very high sources, very qualified sources, very responsible sources, I'm going to tell you the real deal. Iran launched a mothership probably about a month ago that contains these drones. That mothership is off, I'm going to tell you the deal. It's off the east coast of the United States of America. They've launched drones, is everything that we can see or hear. And again, these are from high sources. I don't say this lightly. Now, you know, we know there was a probability it could have been our own government. We know it's not our own government because they would have let us know. It could have been some really glorified hobbyist or hobbyists that were doing something unbelievable. They don't have the technology. But let's pretend that's possible. The third possibility was somebody, an adversarial country, doing this. Know that Iran made a deal with China to purchase drones, motherships, and technology in order to go forward. The sources I have are good. They can't reveal who they are because they are speaking to me in confidentiality. These drones should be shot down. Whether it was some crazy hobbyist that we can't imagine, or whether it is Iran, and I think it very possibly could be, they should be shot down. We are not getting the full deal, and the military is on alert with this.
Look, you've given us some pretty dire information just here, and I want to make sure that our viewers are digesting this. Iran has the capability to pull up along our eastern seaboard and launch drones the size of an SUV into the skies of several states, particularly New Jersey, where we know the incoming president has a large home, also in the same county or nearby where some of these drones in New Jersey have been seen. That capability exists. It's possible some of those drones are here. So I have two questions. How are they fueling them? They have to land somewhere. Drones don't fly forever. Why don't they close down the airspace? Yes, it's inconvenient. Yes, it's the holidays. Shut it down. But if you start shooting things and you don't know how they're fueled, that's going to be mass explosions. This isn't like one spy balloon. Congressman, this is serious.
We've got to bring them down, and we've got to find a way to bring them down. I don't know exactly where they're landing. Obviously, I have some information. And again, this isn't just Jeff Van Drew. Oh, let's get on Harris Faulkner's show and say something outrageous. I'm telling you the straight deal from very high positioned individuals who are telling me this. And the bottom line is they're launching them. They are across the country. We don't even have anything like this.
No.
Our government and also certainly our hobbyists don't. So think about it. It's not only do I have the information, but it's also common sense. We've got to get them down. We've got to determine how they function, what they do, make sure that we can get them, and you're right, in a safe way. When I say shoot them down, get them down any way that you can, but right now they're probably extracting information. This is a clear and present danger to the United States and to our president-elect, and it's a serious business.
Well, and if one of them happens to fall and they're fueled, that explosion could kill.
So you can see that the Republican Congress member is voicing concerns, which I second, that if in fact these things are true, we need to be monitoring this. We need to be taking action. Like the balloons. Y'all remember when the balloons were flying around? They think it's Chinese spies, flying out around the United States of America. Like how do we let this happen? It's bizarre to me. Like you wonder, are people trying to sabotage the United States of America? Are people trying to let us, we kind of think that we have this autonomy and we live in this free country, and maybe, just maybe, we're not. It's a false sense of reality that we're living in. And so I guess the FBI in Newark, their field office, is leading a multi-agency investigation into the sightings, urging the public to share any relevant information. The governor, Phil Murphy, has been briefed by federal officers or officials, including Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, and have stated that there is no known threat to public safety at the time, according to People magazine. And there's a whole bunch of other things on here that they're saying there's no public concern. It says the lack of clear information has led to widespread speculation amongst residents, and the theories range from surveillance operations to more fascinating ideas. The drone advanced capabilities suggest that it may be a commercially available model, may not be a commercially available model, leading some suspect that it's military or government involvement. That's according to the New York Post. So the fact that the government isn't saying anything makes me believe that they're responsible for this. Meaning they know what it is and they're not doing anything about it. And of course they don't want to tell us because they don't want the public to panic. But either way it go, I'm anxious to see how this is going to be resolved, because it's very interesting to me. Somebody said that we're owned by Israel. Oh, I'm not going to go down that path. Okay. I want to go to another story, and it is The View having a meltdown over RFK, claiming that he's fat shaming. So let's pull that clip up of The View. And I don't think there's no such thing as fat shaming. I don't know how you would fat shame, right? I don't know. You telling somebody it's terrible to be fat? Yeah, it is terrible to be fat. Does it make you a bad person? No, in many cases, it makes you a lazy person, an irresponsible person, a person that lacks discipline, and we all struggle with it. So it's not like somebody's mad at you and trying to make you feel bad because they say you're fat and sloppy and you need to get your life together. That should be the conversation you have with yourself in the mirror. I have that conversation myself every morning I wake up. I'm like, boy, you're getting a little thick up in here. You better take your butt to the gym. You're supposed to be an example. You're supposed to be a leader. You're supposed to be maximizing what God has provided for you on this side of heaven. So are you maximizing or you're not? Are you taking for granted the things that you've been blessed with or you're not? Are you sitting around eating bad food and you're going to have a heart attack and leave your kids at an early age? Why people get mad when you just got to be honest? I don't want to leave my kids early. That's a reality. I can't be eating all them Debbie cakes. Some of that stuff good, but I gotta slow down. Bo and Katie need me. My wife need me. I don't want no other man laying up in my house. I gotta live forever. All right, roll the clip.
There could be a White House drug war brewing over anti-obesity meds like Ozempic. Health Secretary nominee RFK Jr. has railed against them, claiming America's addicted to drugs and weight loss should come from diet and exercise. But Elon Musk, nominee for the just made-up Department of Government Efficiency and the actual real VP, wants to expand, yeah, you heard me, wants to expand access, saying nothing would do more to improve the health, lifespan, and quality of life for Americans than making the drugs affordable for everyone. Now, most Americans agree with Elon Musk, but, the question is, who's the boss going to side with? But I just want to throw this out because the medical cost of adult obesity-related disease in the U.S. range from $147 billion to nearly $210 billion per year.
Yeah.
So what is the downside of a miracle drug that cuts that much out of the budget? And if someone's doctor examines that, prescribes a medication, shouldn't that be the only metric of healthcare coverage? Why?
Oh. Shut your, I almost cussed. Shut your mouth. Can I cuss once? Can I get one out there? I did it before. Y'all just never heard me. But can I just say one? I want to say shut the front door and the back door. Ma'am, I don't understand why people are so silly. I'm not the smartest person out here, right? I mean, I got a public school education. I graduated from one of the greatest universities to ever exist, University of Arizona, but I got a degree in sociology. I'm halfway through my master's degree in business leadership. I'm not a scholar, but it's common sense that the best way to help with obesity is for you to change your diet and exercise. That's it. Now, if you want to jump on Ozempic, you still can't eat like garbage. Because, listen, obesity is not just a weight on a scale. Because a person with muscle is going to weigh more than a bigger person with fat. And just because you weigh more doesn't mean that you're necessarily unhealthy. And just because you weigh less don't mean that you're healthier. People that take Ozempic and other drugs like that, if they monitor it and they're doing it closely related to what their doctors prescribe for them to do, and they're eating healthy and moving and having a healthy lifestyle, it could work positively for you. But the problem is y'all got to stop with this get-rich-quick weight loss scheme where y'all taking Ozempic and eating powdered donuts every day. That's not going to help you. It's only going to suppress your appetite, and what you are putting in your body is garbage. And so, yeah, you lose weight because you're losing muscle. And everybody knows that when you get older, the lack of muscle is how these people die sooner. You have hip replacement and all this other stuff that happened with you. Inflammation in your body. I mean, all of these things are attributed to diet and exercise. And I'm not even the best at it, and I know that. All you got to do is be honest. I don't know why people are acting like you just take a miracle drug. It's not really a miracle drug. People are having crazy side effects from, allegedly, from Ozempic and other things that are like it. They're having crazy side effects. And that's because it's not meant for you to get a get-rich-quick thing. And I'm going to tell y'all this, and I'm going to let the idiot talk again. But if it's too good to be true, you don't need it. If it's too good to be true, you don't need it. Even following Jesus Christ ain't too good to be true. And when I say too good to be true, meaning it ain't easy. You don't just wake up one day and say, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and everything in your life just get perfect. You're going to have to grind. It's going to be some times you want to quit. It's going to be times you want to give up. Your prayer life is not going to always be where you need it to be. You're not going to always have the temperament that you should have. It's a work in progress for the rest of your life. It's not a miracle faith where you just believe in Christ and everything disappears. There's things that God got to work out in your life over time. And it's not easy and it hurts. People die, you lose jobs, you're going to have trauma in your life. It's just that that's a better way to deal with it. And you know you have God on your side, you can deal with it in a better way. But it's not going to be easy. So you thinking weight loss is going to be a snap of a finger, that's completely stupid. People should know that with gastric bypass surgery, you go down the list. People get gastric bypass surgery and think it's going to fix everything. No, it's not going to fix everything, because if you still got bad habits, you're going to get bigger. I've seen people get gastric bypass and they bigger than they was before they did it. You think you get lipo and no, it's the habits. And that's what RFK is talking about. Your daily habits. That's just common sense, bro. How do they criticize a person that's saying that you need to live a healthier lifestyle? That brings down the cost of medicine way down and the cost of insurance because they don't have to be bombarded with people with 45 comorbidities that are self-induced. Let her finish.
Should a numbers cruncher with no medical background have any say in, I don't understand why you want to be in my business?
Yeah, the part that is the most, I agree with Elon Musk on this and all that you're saying, but the real problem here is that it only costs about $5 to make these medicines, the semaglutides, Ozempic, and they charge people over $1,000 a month. So even though this is the pharmaceutical issue that kills me, is that $5 accounts for a very slim profit. So there's a business model here. Somewhere between $5 and $1,000, can we not make this affordable for everyone while also allowing it to be a business? They need to allow generic versions and they need to allow competition so people can do it. They
Makes
have
too much money
This
now.
is why people are so pissed about healthcare.
And I don't like to throw, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't like to throw around the word miracle drug, but I've read up on these a ton. There's so many benefits. In addition to obesity, obviously diabetes, liver disease, kidney disease. There's also early indications that they can help treat alcoholism and drug addiction.
Cancer also.
So these are huge. And if you think of just the impacts long-term to the economy and just the health and wellness of this country, but I don't think RFK wins out on this. Donald Trump would love to be able to say he made America healthy, fit, and skinny again. So I have a feeling he's not coming for our Ozempic.
He needs to start with himself. Look in the mirror.
He's
right, hold
down
on.
a little on the.
Can I just say this real quick? Just real quick. I promise I ain't gonna take too much of your time. I know y'all want to watch the video. We'll get back to it in a second. I do not understand why people won't take accountability for their actions. Ozempic is $1,000. Ozempic is this. Why don't you just eat healthier? Why don't you exercise? Go outside and walk around in your backyard. Those things are free. And when I say free, it doesn't cost anything or cost you more or less to say, I'm going to consume. It may save you some money. I'm not going to eat as much as I eat every day. I'm going to consume better quality stuff. I'm not going to eat bologna and meat out. Like, I'm not going to get into this, but like, you got to be responsible for your own actions. That's it. I mean, maybe the Ozempic thing does work for a lot of people, but if you abuse it, it's not going to work well for you. And the problem with mass people getting on a trend is they don't understand the side effects of some of this stuff. Because I know this for a fact. People are taking this stuff, and because it's so lucrative and people are calling it a miracle drug, people are taking it and they're not following any protocol. They're supposed to, and I would argue now they're finding out that you need to dose it properly. You can't just take a bunch of it at one time. You got to have a healthy dose over time and maybe ramp it up a little bit and then take it back down if you're feeling side effects. And there's a whole methodology to taking semaglutides or whatever they call it, the Ozempic type drug. But those are the things that should be taught, not for you to take the thing and then it's going to fix everything. And just because it costs $5 to make don't mean that people shouldn't charge $1,000 for you to take it, because there has to be an investment into getting the material, prepping. How do you get it to clients? How do you ship the stuff? How do you refrigerate it or whatever you do to have to hold it in a container? You got to buy a big old warehouse to house all this stuff. Those things cost money. I don't know what people just don't know anything about business. Yeah, you may pay $2 for something, but when you add in labor, you add in cost of the building, electricity, travel, the CEOs and stuff that make some of these products probably have to fly around the world to make sure they're sourcing properly and all this other stuff. When you put all that in there, your profit margin ain't how much it costs to make something. It's how much the expense and the totality of the experience. But when you silly like these people ain't never owned a job and never worked a company, you don't understand what profit margin is. Roll the clip.
campaign trail. I wouldn't rule out that he's
not
tried
on
that.
it.
But you know,
He's on it.
about this health care insurance issue, one thing that I was just reading is that Medicare is not allowed to cover medications used for weight loss alone. When are we going to start taking care of people in our society that are older, that have given in to this?
You rarely see a really fat old person. You know why? Because they die. That is the fact.
Well, the other thing
they die because they're overweight.
Because they're overweight. The other thing.
It's true. They have heart attacks.
And then the other.
All the diseases.
But the one last thing I'll say is.
You're not overweight, Whoopi.
One of the one last things that I'll say is that Wegovy is covered for obesity by Medicare, but only if the patient already has cardiac.
Did she just call Whoopi fat? Did she just catch herself accidentally projecting this on Whoopi? Maybe because Whoopi take Ozempic or something like that. They probably mentioned it. And Oprah did too. Oprah was pushing some weight loss program and she was taking Ozempic, something like Ozempic, and lied to everybody. Look, this food really making me, that's like me coming up with a supplement and be like, when I take this supplement, I lose a lot of weight, and I'm taking some freaking shot in my butt every few minutes. Anyway, roll the clip.
All the diseases.
But the one last thing I'll say is,
you're not overweight, Whoopi.
One of the one last things that I'll say is that Wegovy is covered for obesity by Medicare, but only if the patient already has cardiovascular disease.
Yeah. Well,
so
in addition to the older people, we have to take care of the people that are the lowest socioeconomically, because when we give and subsidize food, we give crap food.
Yes,
and
that's
crap
so
food
true.
is the cheaper thing.
Yes.
And so we're poisoning the lowest by not feeding really healthy food to everyone.
Hold on one second. You know, this isn't just about food.
No, it's not.
This is sometimes people are born genetically larger.
Agreed. I didn't mean to.
No, I know you didn't.
Yeah.
But I want to say this to
RFK.
That's his name. Because you're setting folks up for shame.
Yeah.
That's what you're trying. Maybe you don't know you're doing. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say you don't know.
The dummy in the middle just said that obese people are dying. And that's why you never see skinny. The hypocrisy. I'm losing years of my life just listening to this hypocrisy. When somebody says, you never see a skinny older person. Why? Because they die. Why? Because they're obese. Because all of these other comorbidities and medical complications that comes with obesity. High blood pressure, hypertension, heart attacks, all that other stuff, right? That's all of that. Diabetes, all that other stuff, right? She openly says this. Everybody knows it to be true. But all of a sudden, RFK encouraging a healthy lifestyle is fat shaming. But then she projected on Whoopi and said, you're not fat, Whoopi, because Whoopi was fat. And she started taking that stuff and it made her lose weight. But I'm telling you guys, as sure as I'm sitting here, losing weight ain't just the key. You got to be healthy too. You got to be working out at the gym. You got to build muscle mass. You got to have cardio and endurance. You can't just be real skinny with no muscles. And I heard that's what happens when you take these Ozempic type drugs, is that if you're not working out, it's just really eating away at your muscle. Because that's pretty much how it works. When you're not eating, what is your body going to eat first? It's going to start cannibalizing you. So that's why you got to have fuel in your body so that when you work out and exercise, it's burning the fuel and not burning your muscle source. Proteins in the body. It's going straight for your muscles. That's why people get so skinny when they don't eat and when they, and stuff like that. They don't get bigger when they don't eat. They get skinnier. Their muscles begin to die. They get weaker. You go down the list. Anyway, roll it.
You don't realize what you do to people when you say stuff like that, because it doesn't work for everybody. And I'm going to show you, sir, because I weighed close to 300 less than 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And without the Mounjaro, this would not have happened.
There you go.
Take it off. Take it off.
And I try to tell everybody, listen, this worked for me. This may work for y'all. You cannot take it out of people's hands if it can help. Because if we can keep people healthy, if we can get rid of diabetes, if we can get rid of all of the things cardiovascular, what's wrong with trying to do that?
Nothing.
You're wrong on this, R.
Also, the side effects are not horrible. But what does Kimberly Guilfoyle think of it? That's what I want to know.
You need a Guilfoyle?
She's going to Greece. She got a body now.
Yeah. Where does Elon Musk come and RFK Jr., two medical experts? Who are they?
Elon's right on this.
Elon's right on this.
Yeah. Also, maybe the brainworm will shrink. Never mind.
You're out of control.
I can't.
Hold on. So she just laughed at him for him saying he had a brainworm in his head, which is why his speech impediment is there, or whatever the case may be. And they joke about that. They mock this guy. And they're saying that he's mocking people who are obese, but I swear I'm going to shut up with this, and then we're going to go to the next topic. But can we just keep it real for a second? Whoopi Goldberg did not have the discipline to lose weight. What do you think people were doing back in the day when they were losing weight? You know, they didn't have these drugs. So you don't have the discipline. You don't have the want to, the desire, the drive. You don't feel like it's important enough to you for you to take the proper necessary steps, meaning eating clean, eating less, eating healthier, burning more calories than you're consuming. You don't have the discipline. So just say you don't have the discipline. The scary thing with people that don't have the discipline is that if you take it, you got to take it for the rest of your life. Because if you ever get off the Ozempic type drugs, you're going to get fat again because you don't have the discipline. So the structure should be build discipline and consistency, and then you can use a supplement. But you can't use a supplement like that because I don't know, and we don't know, I don't think they've tested long-term effects of something like Ozempic. And I keep saying Ozempic, that's the only one I know. They haven't tested the long-term effects of this. What happens to a person that takes it for 20 years? What happens to a person that takes it incorrectly for 20 years? We're going to have a whole country that's just taking pills, and then they're going to be sad when the medical industry is just is blowing up. I might give me a little Ozempic booth or something and sell it to somebody if they mandate that every person can get it covered by insurance. Then they wonder why the rich keep getting richer. You think a bunch of rich people ain't finna get rich if they let you take Ozempic and the insurance company pay for it? If you think person to person they charge $1,000, if insurance covers Ozempic or something like that, they're gonna charge $10,000. Your insurance pays for it, and you pay $1,000 out of pocket. You pay $500 out of pocket deductible. But the medical company making it, and the people that make Ozempic gonna raise the price up. All these people gonna start buying and patenting these formulas, and the rich is gonna get richer. That's just the way it is. All right, enough of that. The View always give me good content, but they stupider than the mud. Let's go to Caitlin Clark real quick. I want to talk about Caitlin Clark because we did a video the other day. Nick said he don't like her anymore after she went woke. But Caitlin Clark essentially doubles down on her push to kiss the ashy elbows of black women in the WNBA. I don't know why she's doing this. It doesn't stop her from being a good player and a role model to young women. But white people, y'all got to stop being stupid. It's like white liberals and black liberals are the stupidest people on planet Earth. Y'all got to stop being silly. Stop acting like you a Captain Savior for a black person. We don't need a white savior. We just like you. We humans too. We all on the same thing. Y'all play basketball the same. Put your underwear on the same. You have that thing every month the same. Roll the clip.
Yeah, you know, your announcement for Athlete of the Year, like tremendous, incredible positive feedback. That's what we've seen across the board. There's always going to be some negativity. And I feel like you have had to answer more questions than anybody about the intersectionality of race and gender and sexuality in sport because of just who you are and you represent the growth of this thing. And even today, earlier today, Megyn Kelly, she was saying that you were apologizing for your white privilege and the fact that you wanted to uplift black female athletes and make sure that they were getting the shine, kind of like your pioneers were getting the shine that they deserved. And I just want to know how you feel or how you respond to some of those criticisms when you have to deal with something that it's really not your problem. Like, I feel like it's them looking in a mirror a little bit, but it still comes down on your shoulders.
I feel
Hold
like I
on a
always
second.
have had really.
I want to read Megyn Kelly's thing real quick because she it's another melanated person. She misconstrued what Megyn Kelly said. Megyn Kelly did not say that she apologized for her white privilege. Megyn Kelly did not say that. Megyn Kelly's tweet here, I wonder if it's the same. She said, look at this. She's on the knee, all but apologizing for being white and getting attention. The self-flagellation, it says please pay attention to the black players who are really the ones you want to celebrate. Condescending, fake, transparent, sad. Now let me just comment real quick on this. I don't know if they paying her to do this or she's just getting enveloped in this locker room victimhood. You don't have to apologize to these lesbians, these black lesbians, because you're better than them, because you're sexier than they are, because you are professional and you're young and you're bringing something else to the game. You don't have to apologize for that because nobody cared that you're white. I don't understand that. Only people that care that you're white are black people. The rest of the people don't care that you're white. You're just good at basketball. It's enlightening to see a pretty, feminine girl who can play basketball and is a baller. Nobody cares. If you were an ugly, butchy stud, Caitlin Clark probably wouldn't be as famous. But they see a wholesome girl who's good looking, who can dribble and take it to the hoop, hitting threes from, I don't know, half court. And that's appealing. You're new, you're young, it's different. But these same beat up old grandma looking lesbians that play in the league now, for the most part, they're not exciting to watch. And they can't dunk. You can't be ugly and can't dunk. Anyway. Let's roll this and then we got another clip.
A good perspective on everything that's kind of happened in my life, whether that's been good, whether that's been bad. And then obviously coming to the WNBA, like I've said, I feel like I've earned every single thing that's happened to me over the course of my career. But also, I grew up a fan of this league from a very young age. Like, my favorite player was Maya Moore. Like, I know what this league was about. And like I said, like, it's only been around 25 plus years. So I know there's been so many amazing black women that have been in this league, and continuing to uplift them, I think, is very important. And that's something I'm very aware of. And like I said, like, I try to just be real and authentic and, share my truth. And I think that's very easy for me. Like, I'm very comfortable in my own skin. And that's kind of been how it is my entire life.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for saying what I want you to say, because we're all dumb Negroes and can't figure our own life out. So we need the white savior who's the star of the game to come pat us on the back. You're doing a good job, little Negroes. That's the stupidest thing I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Do y'all get it? Can y'all comment in the comment section? Am I tripping, bro? Some of y'all say Caitlin Clark ain't good looking. She look good. I think she look good. I think she kind of like, maybe some people like me and Nick may see a girl that's kind of like basic, and she actually kind of hot because she basic. That's how I think. Because she's fit. She take I was gonna say take her shirt off. You can't say that because it's not like a dude taking his shirt off. But you look at the abs and got legs and stuff. She look good, man. She a good looking chick. Have you seen the rest of them? They look like they uncles. And they trash at basketball, to be quite honest. Here's another clip. This is from a while ago. To the Liberty this year? Oh, yeah, roll this. I thought this was an old clip. Whoa. Look at that parade. There's more people in the bus than there are on the side. Now, if that is in fact the liberty, it looks like it is. If that's in fact, it must be players and staff and fans, because it ain't that many players in the NBA, 4 buses full. But it doesn't appear that they have attention and a standing ovation. They don't. I mean, I would never watch women's basketball. I only watched it because Caitlin Clark was on there. And now she getting all woke and getting washed in the sauce. I don't want to watch it no more. I mean, I wouldn't watch it. It's not anything going on. But man, please teach your kids, y'all. Don't teach your kids to be silly like that. Being true to yourself and accepting in your own skin is for you also having some self-awareness. You don't owe nothing to black women. You don't owe nothing to nobody. But the people who started the league and played well in the league and gave you opportunities, that's not just black women. There's a lot of other women in the league. And the players aren't the only thing that make the league happen. There's coaches, there's staff, there's owners of the team. Everybody together is trying to make the league better. So you owe a pat on the back for the people that took a risk, took a financial advance in order to buy a team and try to build a team when y'all trash. And when I say trash, compared to the NBA, the WNBA is pointless to watch. And I know women need their own sport. Fine. People like watching slow pace. That's fine. If people like it, they like it. Clearly, you're getting subsidized by the NBA every year. People clearly don't like it that much. And if you got something to say, Caitlin Clark or anybody else, play against the men and let's see how it fare. Play against the men. No. You need equal pay, and we should be celebrated, and the WNBA is good too. Play against the men and let's see what that number look like. And if they beat y'all by 100, you have nothing to say. Let me say this. Women, I love y'all. The greatest creation that God has ever created, the only creatures that can create life for human beings, okay? So we can't take that from women. But women and black people are some of the most ungrateful people on planet Earth. Why do you say that, Brandon? I'm not saying this to be mean to anybody. I'm just saying, like, why can't women accept the fact that although their sport is not performing and the sport is not very good, and it's not going to somehow get any better, it's not like women somehow get taller and they get stronger and they start dunking more, which is the exciting part of the NBA. So it's not going to change. But why can't you just accept and be humble enough to say, thank you to the men that have fought for the women in the league? It ain't women who are fighting for women in women's basketball. It's not. If that was the case, half of the population in America are women. So if women was really supporting women's basketball, it'll be just as popular as the NBA. So just take your hat off and say, thank you, men, for creating a free environment and dying out there on the battlefield to create an environment where we can be free and we can have sport. Thank you, men. You know what? We really owe y'all a shout out. And we do acknowledge that men are far more superior than us in sports. But thank you for giving us the opportunity for other young women to watch the sport. And for people that don't want to watch fast-paced basketball, they can watch middle school basketball on a professional level. Thank y'all. Same thing with black folks. They hate white people to no end. I'm like, they the ones that saved y'all. They saved y'all. They saved us. I know it. That don't mean my whole family black. That don't mean I don't like black people because white people did this. It's like, man, I acknowledge. I'm not finna be a fool, sit here and talk trash about white people all day long. The white man is the enemy. The white man, they trying to control us. They trying to destroy our community. They put the uniform on and patrol your community while y'all Negroes ain't doing nothing. Why you mad at the white man? Because the reason that you get shot by the white man because ain't no black people police officers. Where the black men at applying for the job? You can talk. You can be an activist. You can put your sign up and march in the middle of the street, but you ain't putting the uniform on. You can complain, but you ain't putting the uniform on. Why is it that white people are patrolling your neighborhood? Because y'all ain't cops. Now, I know it's a lot of black cops out there, especially in heavily black neighborhoods, but I'm saying generally speaking. The white man, Billy Bob done went through the academy and he putting his life on the line patrolling your community. And then he go arrest somebody that's selling dope to your brother and sister, and you mad at him. Oh, they just out here trying to lock us up. You're not mad at him for selling crack to your cousin them? They in the hood creating zombies. You ain't mad at them. He just shot 3 people last weekend, and you won't even tell the cops, and then they arrest him and use force against him, and you mad at the cops. Oh, these law, they always putting their hands on us, bro. They always trying to hold us back, bro. You stop it right now. Humble yourself. Let me tell y'all this and I'm going to move on. The reason why I think that black people struggle in America, by and large, is because the lack of forgiveness and humility. That's it. Y'all still mad at the white man for slavery. All them people dead, and y'all still mad. That's not going to help you. Let's go to the next subject. It says the Inspector General report uncovered that the FBI deployed 26 confidential sources during the January 6th event, with some of them entering the Capitol building. Now, they released the report, which, why they do it now? Why they didn't do it when they were investigating January 6th? Why they didn't do that when they was talking about Trump was Hitler and he called it? They released it now that they're getting ready to get out of office. And they're claiming that there was 26 human sources. And it says only 3 of them were directed by the FBI to monitor potential domestic terrorist suspects. This is the part that I want to know. When did y'all know that the FBI or that these people were going to riot at the Capitol? When did y'all know? That's what I want to know. Put that on a piece of paper. When did y'all know? Oh, so you knew a month ahead of time and y'all let them do it. You just monitored it. Really? They say here that none of them were instructed to incite violence and all this stuff. Of course they're going to say that. But why do you need 26 FBI agents a part of J6? And why did some of them go in the Capitol building? I don't give a F that it was 26 and only 3 went into the Capitol and nobody was encouraged to do violence. But if you knew violence was afoot, why you didn't put the National Guard there? You don't need the FBI there. Get the National Guard there. That's like me saying, I got a credible threat that somebody want to come to my headquarters and hurt my employees. And they claim that they're going to go protest outside and they're going to try to break in the building and hurt somebody in here. And I go, you know what? I ain't going to stop them. I'm just going to get some of my employees to go out there and get in the crowd and watch. What? Hey, man, if you're going to break in here and I know ahead of time, I'm going to take precaution to make sure you can't do it ahead of time. But you know what they did, in my opinion, is that they knew they were going to do it. They intercepted it. They came up with an FBI plan to put 26 FBI sources in the crowd. 3 of them went into the Capitol building. They knew exactly who were the terrorist threats, and they monitored them specifically. And they did not want to stop it. They did not want to do anything. They probably wanted to mitigate, which means let them go as far as they let them without killing nobody, so we can make Trump look bad. That's the mother freaking information I want. Where's that information at? I try not to get upset about it. They playing us, man. They playing us like a fiddle. Yeah, there was FBI agents in the crowd, and this is the biggest threat to democracy. These fools say this is just as big as 9/11. Put this in perspective. 9/11 was obviously the most horrific thing that ever happened in American history, in my opinion, as far as adversarial, carnage on the homeland. One of the biggest threats that ever happened in American history. After thousands of people have died and thousands of people have died subsequent to that, you would think that if there was ever a possibility of another catastrophic event in American history, that we would thwart the event, not let it unfold, and monitor it. I hope these people go to hell and they burn hot. I'm gonna throw some coals down there for them. Put some fresh wood down there. Put some of that fuel down there. What y'all want? Put some fuel down there. Put some gasoline. Whatever y'all need. I'll add some so that fire can burn hot. Because these people are evil, and they ain't never going to change. Let's talk about Van Jones real quick. Yeah, somebody said anyone that compares 9/11 obviously wasn't alive during 9/11. Well, you obviously, not only were you not alive, you stupid. You just look it up on the internet. It was like 30-some-hundred people died in 9/11. Wasn't it? 30-some, 20-some, 30-some? Yeah, 3,200 I think it was. And then after that, all the people that died from exposure at Ground Zero and all that, and then people that subsequently took their own lives because of whatever, PTSD ensued, the injuries. We didn't even talk about the injuries. People injured forever because of that. And how many people died at the Capitol building? 1. Your math ain't mathing, bruh. How in the you gonna compare those 2 incidents and you got 1 person that died? Like, what are you talking about? The property damage in 9/11 alone was hundreds of billions of dollars probably. What happened to the Capitol building? $200,000 worth of stuff, potentially. Shut your sorry self up. I mean, I think it was more catastrophic what happened in Las Vegas than what happened on January 6th. I think every school shooting has been more catastrophic than what happened on January 6th. A bunch of disgruntled people broke into the Capitol building, used force against police officers, and then left. I mean, they didn't even do nothing in there. Donald Trump, if you hear me, I'm going to be mad if you don't go after these people and put they in jail. I don't want to hear no report on that. Jail. They need to go to jail for what they did. They need to go to jail. Nancy Pelosi, if she had information that this was going to occur, you told her to get the National Guard. She rejected it for political purposes. Jail. I don't want to hear nothing about this unity bullcrap. Unity comes through truth. Truth comes through exposure. Exposure sends people to jail. People go to jail for things that they've done inappropriately. I don't want to hear nothing about unity. We can unite them from behind bars. Because as soon as they ever get power again, they're going to put yo in jail. You can't pardon yourself. Trump, please. They're going to put you in jail. As soon as you walk off from the west wing, jail. And then you're going to be 80-some years old. They're going to try to make you die in there. You better get them. You better get them. And I'm not talking about getting people who ain't did nothing. Get the people who did something to us. I feel slated. I feel like I've been robbed and abused by our government. They blowing our tax money. They try to make everybody take that look. And we know that thing, they have no power. And they lied every day on TV. And no. We got abused by our own government. Put them in jail. Okay, Van Jones left us on a panel why Democrats lost in 2024. Let's put up that Van Jones clip. I'm not really a big fan of Van Jones. You know, he one of them black men that's like white people are a threat and he's sleeping in the bed with a white woman. Y'all should have seen this. I looked on a thing. It was the other day about everybody's wife, right? Little do you know, some of these Democrats that talk so much trash about white people married to white people. In the bedroom, hiking it up for the white man. But then they telling you the white man is the biggest threat. Sorry, roll the clip.
Right. Even if you go to the poll and not Republican or Democrat, I think it was maybe 3 months ago, independents believe the greatest threat to democracy was Joe Biden getting reelected. And that was independents, not Republican or Democrat. So what you say, you can believe, but that's not what the American public believes.
There's a difference between what the American people think and what's true. So the idea, I don't know why, I don't know what we are, why the defense of Merrick Garland, sure. Donald Trump lied about an election being stolen and then sicked a mob on the Capitol. And it's funny that you roll your eyes at this, Kevin, because you're the one who went down and resurrected him. You want to know what happened just now in the 2024 election? Is we elected the most dangerous criminal human being, corrupt human being that America has ever elected. And Kevin, you helped him. You're the one who went and got him after.
You're welcome.
After.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay.
And in doing so, you enabled this. And so Joe Biden, the idea that Joe Biden's Justice Department is the problem here, as opposed to Donald Trump, and the fact that he tried to overturn an election and sick people on the Capitol, is, I don't know if people let you get away with that in rooms all the time, but you should never be allowed to get away with it.
So you do realize,
somebody, listen, let me say this. I would never condone somebody slapping her for what she said. I just want y'all to know that. I would never tell one of them to get up and slap her. Back in the day, I don't think she'd have said that. You know how disrespectfully crazy that is to say that to somebody? I wish people can just do what they want to do up in here. You disrespect me like that, I should go over there and slap you out of that chair. Talking crazy like that. You the biggest threat to America. You the one responsible for it. Get this lady off this stage. Go sit down somewhere. Go back in the kitchen. I'm just kidding, y'all. Somebody get mad at me over that. I'm just kidding. She can't cook anyway. Roll the clip.
Won the popular vote.
These suburbs, and I'm telling you, we are way off. The entire political class is way off. First of all, digital is a new door knocking. Mm-hmm. You got to understand that. We were laughing our butts off at Donald Trump for suspending his door knocking campaign and letting Charlie Kirk and Elon do a bunch of stuff online. Mm-hmm. We said, these guys are idiots. These guys are stupid. Then you start knocking on these doors. You know what people come to the door with? Their phone in their hand. They're in a 24-hour digital surround sound that has nothing to do with CNN, has nothing to do with any stuff that we do. I asked I got a teenage son, I asked him, who are the most influential people in the world today? I'm thinking to myself, he's going to say Barack Obama, Oprah Winfrey, Jay-Z. He says, Kai Cent, Aiden Ross, Jinxie, and Sketch. I don't know who he's talking about. I said, what platforms are you on? He goes, I'm on Twitch, Kick, and Rumble. I said, that sounds like you need to go to the hospital. What are these platforms? I'm telling you guys, the mainstream has become fringe, and the fringe has become mainstream. There are platforms, there are people out there that are getting 14 million streams, and we're on cable news getting 1 or 2 million. And so there is a whole world out there. Kellyanne Conway, I hate to agree with her, but I do a lot of times. Donald Trump understood that and we didn't. And it's not just Democrats that don't. The entire political class is way off, way off, way off. And I'm going to tell you something else. Men are hurting, man. Men are hurting. And the feminist culture tells you, don't cry because you're the problem anyway. And the masculinist culture tells you, don't cry because boys don't cry. So you just aren't able to talk about how scared you are you can't provide for anybody. You can't talk about how scared you are that you don't understand your kids and what's going to happen to them. You can't talk about anything. So at least Donald Trump lets you have an emotion besides shame. And so, guys, we can sit up here all day long and do this talking point gumbo stuff that we do. But I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to be in trouble next. Because until somebody fixes these problems for real people, there is a rebellion in this country. And anybody who comes out and sounds like they aren't pulling their talking points out of Cracker Jack box will get a hearing, whether they're right, wrong, or otherwise.
All right, hang on one sec. Margaret Hoover, to Van's.
Dang, Van. I ain't never agreed with probably anything that he's ever said. And Van Jones, I said Vance. Did I say Vance? Van Jones, I've never agreed with anything he said that much. I think he hit the nail on the head. For some reason, he fell off the bed, bumped his head, and woke up. That's exactly what has happened. And I don't think it's limited to just the social media stuff. Like anybody do social media. She went on podcast too. She just suck, right? Anyway. But she went on podcast too, and she was just terrible. Van Jones gets that to a certain degree. They keep talking about the stupid stuff, pushing that men are all evil, mansplaining, drag queen story hour. I want you guys to understand this very clearly. Straight men aren't fond of gay stuff like women are. I'm telling you, you keep pushing it, you turn men off to this stuff. It's like, oh, bro, y'all got another person on here doing this, man. I don't want to see a man twisting like that. That's annoying to me. I don't want to watch it. Drags at the that's crazy. A man dressed up like that and shaking his weenie in front of these kids. No man think that makes sense. No man. If you go to the event, it's number women there. Ain't no man think that makes sense. Women like this though. Not all, but women like the gay guys. They run around doing all this old twisting and stuff, and women are just, oh, yo, come on, girl. Trans and all this stuff. That's a woman thing. Men are like, oh, nah, bro. That's why you see men go more for the conservative party than they do the left party, and women go more left than they do for conservatives. They push this stuff on you every day, trends in sports. They push this on you every single day, and they losing us, man. I want nothing to do. Look, stay in your lane, stay in my lane. I ain't got nothing wrong. I ain't got nothing to do with you. You want a man to lay on top of you at night, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You think you a woman one day, that ain't got nothing to do with me, man. Be happy. Live your life. I hope that you happy doing that. But leave me out of it. Leave my kids out of it. Leave us out of that. I just want to watch football. I just want to watch the shows I want to watch. Keep that to yourself. I'm not pushing nothing I'm doing. When I'm watching football, I'm not expecting people to push Jesus Christ. If they do, good. But I'm here to watch football. I'm here to watch them throw the pigskin, baby. I'm here to watch somebody come over the middle from ASU and get knocked out. That's what I'm here to watch. Roll the clip.
This point about the media, mainstream media becoming fringe, which I'm not sure I quite agree with. But
you can't. Actually, given our surroundings,
right.
That's
But it is certainly true that the mainstream media does not have the impact it once was. What do you, John Major, see as the future for what reporting looks like as we go forward into the next Trump administration?
We're pushing people out of this party, and the last thing I'll say is, I hate all these people, the anti-woke, the anti-this, the anti-that, but you got to look in the mirror at a certain point. We've had 5 movements in a row in our party that rely on dehumanizing binaries, where you're putting down some people to lift somebody else up. I love all our movements, but there's a moral flaw when every movement's got to put somebody down. Black Lives Matter, all white people are racist. That is not going to work.
Okay.
No, hold on a second. That is in fact a part of the ideology that subconsciously there's unconscious bias, and the way that lands though for people is you're calling them names. There's got to be a better way to say it.
So finally, he says something right, and I agree with him. Somebody wrote a comment about, I want to read that super chat just real quick. Somebody made mention in the super chat that it says, "Forgive as you have been forgiven. Pray for your enemies. We are foreigners on our land, called out what is wrong, but we don't wish for people to go to hell." Now, let me just clarify this real quick. I ain't never seen in the Bible where it say we don't wish for people to do anything. I haven't seen it. You got a scripture, put it up there, I'll change my thinking. I remember King David making very clear statements about praying that his enemy fall in the trap that they set before him. I remember very clearly where Jesus was telling his apostles, and I wouldn't say he wished it, but he's telling them that they're going to go to hell. If your righteousness doesn't exceed that of the scribe or the Pharisee, you will no wise enter into the kingdom of God. It's declaration after declaration after declaration that Jesus Christ tells you, tell people that their father is the devil and they're going to go. Now, maybe I'm wrong for wishing somebody go. Maybe I should just say that's where you're going. I just believe that these people tried to hurt us, and I want them to fall in the very trap that they set before us. Maybe that's a better way to say it. I hope that they fall in the same trap they set before us. There's so many, and even when I have my prayers to God, I say, I pray, God, that these people reap what they sow. They reap what they sow, and so will I. You don't get exempt because you're my enemy. You go reap what you sow just like I reap what I sow. And I hope these people reap what they sow. They've sowed evilness, hatred, and demise. They tried to destroy us. They tried to kill us, in my personal opinion. And I hope they fall in that same trap they set before us. And that's what's going to happen, in my opinion. All right? I just say my opinion because some of y'all may disagree. I think that was the last thing that we wanted to talk about, right, Nick? That was the last story. All right, perfect. I got a couple things I want to talk about. I like to do it at the very end. I probably should do it in the middle, but I want to get my points out before I talk about it. If you can pull up some of our stuff. And I'm going to read some of these chats while we're at it. Yeah, man, I hope these people fall in the same trap they set before us. All right, let's go to a couple things that mean a lot to me, and I want to, for those of you who are still watching, make sure you hit that like button. There's 4,000 people watching, and I feel like some of y'all that's watching up to this point, you're the most dedicated. You've probably been here for a long time. I want to talk real quick about the Prison Fellowship Angel Tree campaign that we're running. We're already at 2,700 kids, and we want to get to 4,000. I know we can do it. It's $30 a kid, $150 to help 5, $300 to help 10. You go on and so forth. It's about $30 per kid. What do kids get when you support them? They get a Christmas present. They get a personalized letter from their parent who's incarcerated, and they get a Bible. Prison Fellowship, I've seen firsthand the work that they do in the prison system. I was at Perryville Women's Prison 2 days ago, and I saw the work that they're doing, putting Christ first, Christ-centered curriculum. It's a year-long program. They were the girls that I saw were 5 months in. And to hear them speak so well and have wisdom about conflict resolution and self-talk and all of that was so refreshing and encouraging to see. And many of these women had been in there for all kinds of reasons, which I didn't know why they were in there. They must have did something to get in there. But when I heard the testimony of how Prison Fellowship and Angel Tree work together to help their children, which was heartwarming to me, saying how they can still connect with their children, how their children feel special. Because even if you were somehow, turned off by the fact that these people are incarcerated, one thing you know that they're going through Prison Fellowship Academy, which is helping them become better people, and it's Christ-centered. But also think about the children. It's not their fault. They had nothing to do with mom and them doing that. But they can still feel special on the inside when we give and we support them. And I think God has called us to do that. So the link is in the description section. I think I pinned the wrong thing. I think I pinned somebody's comment. If you can pin that. If you want to donate, I'm not pressuring you to donate. You don't have to. We already had people help up to 2,700 kids already. So there are those of you who are out there who can, who feel compelled to, who feel led to, who desire to help other people in that way. Some people can't, and that's fine. I'll have plenty of other opportunities for you to bless somebody. But if it's on your heart to help this ministry in this way, make sure you donate. Nick is going to put the link up here for you to go and donate and support. Also, the Tatum store is back up and running. So make sure you go. And it was down because we wanted to get caught up. Y'all were bombarding us and Black Friday. So the Tatum store, I want to show y'all that it's up and available. We got a couple items that we want to tell you guys about. I was going to make a discount code because I don't think we had a Christmas discount. Let me make it right now while we're live. So if you want some merch, I wasn't going to do this much of a discount, but I think I'm going to do it anyway. Because, for me, it ain't really about the profit for me. I just want y'all to be able to get your family something for Christmas. YouTube treat me very well. So this is my bonus. I want to give y'all a gift. Let me create a discount real quick. Let me see. Discount off of order. How much should I give y'all off? Let's see. I'm going to go Christ. Let's see. All right. It's a weird discount code, but it is what it is. I just felt like putting it in there. The discount code is Christ Must Live 35. It ain't ready yet. Hold on. Let me hit go. Christ Must Live 35. 35. Okay. I don't put a total discount. Boom, 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 boom. All right. It's active right now. So 35% off. Christ Must Live 35. That's 35% off the entire store. So anything you put in the cart will be 35% off. So go on and order. One thing that I have that's pretty interesting is this picture. So we have pictures, and Nick came up with this idea. If you want one, you ain't got to buy one. It's up to you. So this is a picture of me at AmpFest last year, and I will sign this picture for you and send it to you if you want one, right? I'll sign one, or I'll personalize one if you want to get this as a gift for somebody who is in your family that love Officer Tatum. Now, if they don't love me, don't waste your time buying it, right? But if you're somebody that love Officer Tatum and they're a huge fan, I'm pretty sure they would love this a signed picture from me. I don't have a lot of them, and I'm not going to do a lot of them because that's a lot of signing for me. But if you want it personalized, go to the website, get it on there. Also, we got some of our cool merch on there. Y'all already know what it is. Just go to the store, look at some stuff, and make sure you take advantage of the discount. Also, what'd you say? 35. Also, you got to get your orders in by the 18th. If you plan on ordering from the store, you got to get it in by the 18th because we can guarantee that you will get it before Christmas if you order by the 18th of December. If you order after, we can't guarantee you'll get it for Christmas because of the postal service. And we talked to FedEx, and they said if they order it by the 18th and we'll only have 2-day shipping available at the 18th, we can get it to them, guaranteed money back. So if you order by the 18th, we'll get you what you need. All right? I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. I'm out.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.